ourselves a problem. I can see it's better than a shovel. I believe I found a way around it. I believe it's better than I found it. There's too much wrong to see it. There's too much wrong to feel it. I love you, I love you. All I know is there's too much wrong to see it. There's too much wrong to feel it. I love you, I love you. All I know is a letter made of scarlet.
These forests are being cut down to make more land available for housing and urbanization, to create commercial items such as paper and furniture, to create ingredients that are highly priced consumer items such as oil from palm trees, and to create space for cattle ranching and farming.
The destruction of living things produces more and more photosynthesis, a process that removes the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and stores it into the plants as carbon. As you may know, carbon dioxide is one of the major gases contributing to global warming.
When trees are cut down and or burned, there are fewer and fewer left to breathe in that CO2, and as a result, it gets stuck within the atmosphere, causing climate change. Deforestation affects our water cycle. Trees hold great quantities of water, and when those trees are cut down, the water they once stored is completely gone. Trees and plants are both responsible for extracting groundwater from the soil and returning it back into the atmosphere. So when our trees are cut down, the water doesn't return back into the atmosphere, and the balance of the water cycle is lost. On May 24th, 2016, we went on a tour to Canfor Industries to view several different sites that they had chopped down then reforested. Our tour guide was the operations superintendent, Rob McLaughlin. He showed us places that they have previously clear-cutted and showed how they replant each tree they cut down. And he showed us the process of the trees that were planted 4 to 12 years ago. We drove out to view many different areas where other companies clear-cutted to have available land space. We even seen an area where someone clear-cutted to use the land that didn't use the land. So a section of forest was gone, and they transferred to a different section of forest. Mr. McLaughlin then brought us out to their logging sites where thousands of trees were stacked upon each other. Rob McLaughlin then brought us to their sawmill in Grand Prairie. We arrived at the sawmill, and then we drove around the locations where he showed us the different machinery outside the sawmill. One location was the logging area. There was trees stacked upon trees. There was at least 10,000 trees in that one location, not including the previous logging sites. We then viewed the cogen plant. This machinery takes the residual fiber, otherwise known as the waste, and then burns this waste to create accessible power. Rob McLaughlin then directed us towards the sawmill. But before we entered, we had to put on a safety vest, hard hat, safety glasses, and earplugs. It was hard to hear Mr. McLaughlin inside the sawmill, but we had an understanding of what he was speaking about. The first part was when the trees were stripped down. Then they were chopped and measured and cut into lumber for housing or anything along those lines. We learned a lot at Canfor, and we'd really like to thank Rob McLaughlin for willing to take the day to show us around their sites and provide us with a lot of information.
Not all deforestation is intentional. Some is caused by a combination of man-made and natural factors, like forest fires and overgrazing, which may affect the growth of the young trees.
However, the people who are using the available forests don't care about the environmental impact of deforestation. What can you do as an individual?
Reuse paper and plastic bags to discourage deforestation. Boycott companies by supporting organizations that care about the environment at the cost of fighting back for our evergreen trees.
Reduce the consumption of beef to tone down the pressure to clear more forests for the cattle.
Be active and plant trees. It can be in your homes, backyards, or you can join any organization keen on stopping deforestation. Support eco-friendly companies by buying their products that promise more durability in an inexpensive way.
Sign effective petitions that work and help reduce deforestation.
Pick products which require less packaging.